What's good, what's great, and who's next? I'll tell you who's next. Dame Dash.
Who made this?
We did this.
Dame and Dash, ladies and gentlemen. Who else? But before we do anything, please like, subscribe the video before we go into any other content. Dame Dash was the CEO of Rockefeller Records. He was also one of the owners of Rachel Roy. He's a movie director, the CEO of Poppington Clothing, the CEO of CEO Clothing. He's had art galleries not only in the United States of America, but as well as Tokyo and Europe as well. Now, he is in the streaming world with his own network called DDS, also known as Dame Dash Studios.
I do that.
He's partnered up with Fox Soul, and I believe he's working on a few networks to kind of bridge the gap to make his streaming platform a lot bigger. He's definitely trying to step his way up into, well, I would say solidify himself as a tycoon.
I don't consider myself a mogul. I consider myself a tycoon.
I feel like we need to talk about Dame Dash because if there's any Professor Xavier in this whole X-Men class, I feel like it would definitely have to be Dame Dash. A lot of things I've been covering in my last 3 or 4 videos have been morally kind of exposing. I wouldn't say exposing because it's exposed.
Hey, bitch!
But I would say I've been focusing on the more glitches of our environment and how these glitches are becoming bigger catalysts to a bigger picture. And hopefully as you watch my videos, you will see the truth, at least as best as I can display it.
Boy, you can't do this on concrete.
Right now, Kanye West is in the media going crazy.
How, Sway?
As people may feel. But I don't think that Kanye West is going crazy. A lot of people are trying to get at him for his neurodiversity, whether if it's him being bipolar.
But do you think anybody around him is telling him no? Hell no. They doing whatever he say. So if he say go get a camera while he's in a certain kind of mind state, who's telling him no? I'm the only one that will.
Narcissistic.
Like if somebody tells me something, it's like, yo, I want to tell you this, but it's a secret. I'm like, I'm not your personal hard drive. Like if you want to be a secret, don't tell me.
Or, you know, whatever he chooses to feel at the moment. I mean, come on, it's Kanye West.
Once you my girlfriend, you always my girlfriend.
But not just to focus on Kanye West. Let's focus on the godfather of more like the Kanye West, and that's Dame Dash.
We don't want this shit. No. Why do I need Beanie Man and Memphis Bleak wearing a Def Jam jacket?
Bleak man. Yo, Bleak, you got a jacket over there, all right?
They on Rockefeller. All of a sudden, niggas got jackets with their names on.
I didn't never have a Rockefeller coat that said Memphis Bleak. This is the only thing Def Jam got one up on.
And on our tour, it makes it look like a Def Jam tour.
A lot was going on with Rockefeller Records, which was Dame Dash's label alongside with Biggs and Jay-Z.
Well, usually when a rapper runs other rappers, it doesn't happen. It doesn't work no more. It just means there was no Rockefeller unless I run it. That's it.
He created a dynasty. You got some of the artists that you know as Benny Siegel, Kanye West, John Legend, or Kid Cudi, J. Cole, Jay-Z, you know, the list goes on. Dame Dash had his hands in just about everything in order for him to cultivate what he felt was his culture.
Clown. Shut up. Watch your fucking mouth. Go back to your own fucking culture. You gotta have some respect when you see the thing is you don't respect your environment. You don't even know nothing about what you're talking about. Trust me, everybody in this office is probably sick because you run the show. Because you're weak and you're not a leader. You're a coward. You can't bring nothing to the table for my culture.
But just like any other truth teller, somebody has to shut the lights off on you. And Dame Dash was probably the first person that we seen subtly get canceled. I wouldn't say get canceled by like the way people get canceled now, like where the lights just get shut off. But, you know, it just seemed like every single avenue Dame Dash went to, it was just a darker and darker road.
Like they be trying to make us look like clowns, and then they try to treat us like clowns. So I'm here to like just not everyone that got disrespected or unjustly treated, I'm gonna torture them. Whoever does anything to my culture, I'm coming at you. Trust me. You're never gonna play me out.
Dame Dash plays a big part in the majority of a lot of fame that was created in a lot of black creators. He's one of the very first innovators that started innovating.
What do you get when you have a dinner with a bunch of people that you're guiding and taking care of?
What?
Hung up on a cross.
one of the first people in the culture that started calling out actual names that we would have never known unless somebody was on the inside.
When other people from other cultures represent other money, they act like bosses, but they make sure we know they're our boss. So like Joey IE or Joey Amanda, whatever his name is, he's the head of black music. Why is a white man the head of black music, and what does that have a black man feel? And what did he do to deserve that?
Dame Dash called out multiple executives that were creating contracts for people that they basically knew that not only would they be stuck in, but they wouldn't even make a decent amount of money being stuck.
Fuck 300, and he feels like you guys have not really helped his career out too much.
Fuck 300 ENT, y'all suck. Listen, y'all gotta let me out this damn contract. I don't wanna be with y'all no fucking more. I told y'all, I'll give y'all this money back. I don't want to be with y'all label no more.
Even as well as just being some of the greatest creators that you know today. One of the people that did an interview with not only Dame Dash, but Kanye West as a recently drink champ. Noriega was in a deal at one time, and Dame Dash actually bust through the doors like a superhero and actually saved him from taking less money when at the time he had a hit record.
I've never seen a CEO rap for an artist the way you rapped. And
well, that's how I'm repping for my son Books.
That is hands down. Let me just tell you something.
I appreciate that though.
That is hands down the most. Like when I was young, like when you did that meeting with me, and you got me a big number that I needed at the time.
But why would you trust them anything else they would say?
No,
after
but
that?
I didn't know because at the time you was
yelling. I'd be like,
and you was insulting them. But when I took out the yells,
I was having fun with it. It was like it was them. They were like punching bags, man.
I realized everything you said was right and exact.
And for having a hit record, he should have been projected to get millions, but they were trying to give him as low as under $200,000. But Dame Dash came to the door and actually, leveraged his opportunity and got him a better deal. So Dame Dash is one of those people that, whether behind closed doors, whether the camera's on or off, he's going to be who he's going to be.
Having an emotional diarrhea cramp, and you can't really project the way you want. You never get to take that emotional shit. It's painful. And I think that's what happens with everybody. They internalize. That's why I never would hold it in, because I'm not going to have an emotional diarrhea cramp because of your fucking nerd ass. I release as soon as I feel it. As soon as I got to take a shit, I'm taking a shit.
Trying to act like they mean something. They don't mean shit.
That's why I'm happy.
People call me and they'll say, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm okay," because I express myself.
As you can see, Kanye West is his predecessor, and he's doing the exact same thing, but at a whole different level.
Why would any of that? Why would any of that?
Hey, bro, I ain't finished. I ain't finished my sentence.
Nothing you're saying has anything to do with regret.
Hey, boy.
Don't call me boy.
Don't finish. I told you.
I'm making it cool to be smart. All right. I'm making it cool. Wait, let me talk. I'm making it cool to be a businessman.
It's not about business.
It's not about business for you because you feel like it might give you better ratings to portray something negative within the image of hip hop.
It is negative.
It's not negative to be a businessman. It's not negative to take care of the economy around you.
It's negative to make money, Mr. Dash, if you hurt children.
How do you hurt children by promoting to be an entrepreneur and a CEO and to do right by?
Looking at a principle.
For example.
Hold it. You're looking at a principle.
Why you don't want to let him talk? You mad?
La 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 la. Looking at Dame Dash right now is a very good time to, because if you look at the structure Dame Dash is building, and you look at the structure that Kanye West is building, and you look at the structure of a lot of things, you will slowly see that this thing is starting to turn into bigger than what we think it is.
No, what y'all laughing at? When I run for president 2024,
just being from a certain social class, regardless of what color you are. You know what I'm saying? You got to get some therapy for that. You feel me? So I brought us all together in America so we could go stop talking about it, but really do it. Go buy some buildings, put some curriculum, and make some laws and shit like that. Learn how to lobby.
I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone.
The glitches are probably going to glitch so well that there's going to be literally a well in the middle of all of these codes, and there's just going to be a big giant portal for all of the people to be able to jump through and be who they want to be eventually, or maybe they jump through and get lost. But check these few clips out.
I heard Rosenberg say it before. I spoke to Rosenberg.
So you consider him a creative? You're wrong there.
You don't consider him a creative?
No.
The stuff that Rosenberg works for, the stuff that academics
the guys, the academics. You got to understand, all these people that y'all listening to out here.
He's not an artist. He's a businessman.
But he's a gatekeeper in regards to the radio station.
Nah, that's what you think. And fuck a radio station. Nobody cares about radio right now. Not to disrespect radio, but it's streaming right now. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you calling a white man a gatekeeper for our music, that ain't gonna never happen for me. You giving him too much respect.
Damn.
He ain't no gatekeeper over here. Rosenberg means nothing to me as it relates to gatekeeping.
What I'm trying to say to y'all is this industry of what I'm trying to get into, ain't nobody never broke down. Ain't nobody broke down. We all slaves. So I ain't trying to disrespect you on your show. We all slaves or something.
Ain't about my show, yeah.
I ain't trying to disrespect you, period. Let me talk if you gonna have me talk. We all slaves. We all slaves. And y'all ain't experienced nothing right here but a moment from a movie out of glory.
Outside of Dame Dash's career with Rockefeller Records, he ventured off into something that was monumental for the underground culture. It was a label called Creative Control.
I chose God's path, but this I cannot forgive.
Hey kids, how you doing? You're on the 1 Minute Show on CreativeControl.tv. So we finally got him. Been hunting you down. Yeah. The world wants to know this one question. The internet is dying, they're buzzing. You're not from Philly, so why the beard?
It's funny you asked that. I get that.
Hold on, before you answer that question, we're out of time.
Creative Control was a wonderful and phenomenal label situation for any underground artist looking for not only a label that would shoot their videos, get it out on a timely rate, but will also cultivate and help them curate their own fan base. Some of the people from Creative Control, I believe, was Styley, Joey Badass, and as well as Currency. But Currency is probably one of the most unique characters in hip-hop history, in my opinion. If it's not for his jet life, if it's not for his weed traditions, if it's not for him inspiring Wiz Khalifa to be who he is today, that also led to Rick Ross linking together and creating some of the best underground hip-hop videos that probably resurrected underground artists and really made people start to understand that, hey, we may not need a label, we may not need to drop a mixtape, we actually just need to pick up a camera and just look cool for once in our lives. And Dame Dash is probably one of the key people that resurrected videography and hip-hop in itself.
And only time will tell.
But the thing about Dame Dash is, like I said before, it just seemed like right after Rockefeller, anybody that's trying to organize just has to be infiltrated. And it seems like that's what happened with Creative Control. It was a beautiful situation, but it just so happened to have a lawsuit with Currency and Lear Cohen in this weird situation where, Dame Dash was supposed to, pay out a certain money on Currency's end with a certain amount of money that was distributed through his album that he released through Creative Control called Pilot Talk 1. Somewhere, shape or form, it caused that, situation to collide, and later for Creative Control to die out, and eventually I haven't heard anybody talk about Creative Control since.
It's opportunistic. Yeah. I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
I remember doing the Rockefeller chain with you, man. How disappointed are you that it kind of didn't work out?
Not ever disappointed. Like any situation I ever been through, you know what I'm saying? I just look at it as like a lesson, you know what I'm saying? Just learning something. Any chance you get to learn something, that's not something you should be disappointed from. That's an opportunity for you to get some game, so it's all good. I'm glad,
People, hip hop is suffering on the whole because people aren't making money like they're supposed to because they're getting robbed. So when I was doing stuff for fun, like making music with Currency, and I saw how Joey played him and Todd Moskowitz played him, I was like, they still doing this shit.
Kanye West is moving in that, that same way where he's understanding that he has to put his money where his mouth is, and he has to start building his brand off of his dollars, his manufacturing, and his genius. And I believe that's what's happening with Dame Dash. I believe if you look at the structure that's happening with Dame Dash and Kanye West, and you just see how they're both getting into this, political strategy. They're both getting into these school strategies. They're both getting into these strategies where it seems like they're trying to uplift the glitches in the matrix. So, just like I said, if you look at a lot of these structures, something's adding up. And I believe that eventually we will see probably in the next, I don't know, 2024, 2 years, where Elon Musk, Dame Dash, Kanye West, Andrew Tate, hell, fuck it, you can even throw Sneeko in there. You know, there will soon be kind of like a Justice League roundtable. I don't think there's a way that you can stop this unless you completely stop it. And I don't think canceling is no longer the button that's going to do it. I think it's going to take us to sit back, be patient, and just allow these people to do what they do. And if they fail miserably, then we hold them accountable. But if they're doing the right thing, hey, let's just see where they're going with it.